Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Fountain of Life Productions, in appreciation of Teen Bubbly Productions, New York City, proudly presents the Steve Elliott Unearthing a Miracle virtual streaming concert. You're about to be mesmerized by creativity at its finest. Steve Elliott brings to you music from the heart with a quality of funk, charisma, and versatility. This performance will not go unrewarded. What you'll take back, you gain in appreciations to enjoy relationships as it was meant to be. So now, sit back, relax, and enjoy Steve Elliott as he brings to you the life you knew when music touched the heart and soul of time.
In a world where any part of life could easily be perceived as the most important chapter in a book, a theme for a Hollywood movie, or even the most meaningful love song, Steve Elliott brings to you the combined relationship of spirit, mind, and soul. Fountain of Life Productions proudly presents the dynamics of a music touched by the hands of time. Please welcome Steve Elliott Sloan.
Let me in your mind. It's time for a love affair. Oh, baby, please be kind. Let's make love. I'll hold you in my arms. Feel your body so soft and warm. One more time, let's make love. Now the situation is clear, the company is right, so have no fear. I don't pretend to be the best, just reminisce on making love. You give me such a funny feeling. You turn the moon on when you hold me tight. Ooh, 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 girl, tonight is the night. Let's make love. so soft and warm. Ooh, baby, one more time. Let's make love. Now the situation is clear. The company is right, so have no fear. I don't pretend to be the best, just reminisce on making love. You give me such a funny feeling. You turn the moon on when you hold me tight. Ooh, girl, tonight is the night. Let's make love. Put your body down, I'm making love to you. Each and every time feels so good to me. Set your body down, let's make love. Set your body down, I'm making love to you. Each and every time, oh baby. Set your body down, let's make love. Oh baby, lay right here, girl. Feels so good to me. Let's make love.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm so happy and excited to have you here. This is my little podcast area here where we set up to do a little bit of showing, and I'm going to just welcome you here. This is probably the most exciting event I've ever done. My opportunity to share with you the music that I've created over the years, especially in the 1970s and 1980s. Some of you have shown so much interest in ordering records from back in the day, so I decided to do something in our time of COVID-19, where we're stuck at home, to try to just get busy and do something that would show my appreciation for your dedication to the music. So I want to thank you. We got a lot of fun happening tonight. We're going to do a lot of things. We got some concert material and some material that's not my own, but I really think that you'll enjoy. This is some ancient equipment around here. I never had an opportunity to get rid of anything. Well, opportunity, but I refused to. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Elliott, and the reason for this concert is back in the day, I produced 2 albums, Completion of a Miracle and True Image, in the late 70s and early 80s. And fortunately enough, I had friends come by from Teen Bubbly out of New York who decided that they wanted to spend some time to check out the history of this old man. So why don't you check this video out, and we'll be right back. What an exciting, emotional feeling to see somebody else clap because of something that you did.
Steve wasn't trying to be like anyone else, like in terms of his songwriting and the equipment he was using and the emotional storytelling.
People like Steve that just continue exploring different parts of themselves, I think, is so important.
Sometimes it's just a matter of timing, I guess. Steve's music was ahead of its time.
You may not really understand or be able to comprehend until you find that emotion within you and there is a release, but it doesn't last long. You have to you look for the next high and the next high. Hi everybody, and welcome to my humble abode. Well, this is kind of like my playroom. Uh-oh.
excuse me, this is where I create. And so this is why you will see old school reel-to-reels. I have a problem with getting rid of anything. My grandmother, she bought an old piano, an old upright piano. And when I was 14, I started playing on that, tinkering on it. And my teacher figured out that I could sing. And I sang in a stage. Everybody got up and applauded. From then on, I wanted to sing on stage. I had a band called the Caution Band. We'd always play, we'd dress up. We rented robes like we were some kind of Earth, Wind, and Fire group. So I asked them if they wouldn't mind loaning me their skills.
Well, I see it in your eyes. Your love you can't disguise.
We recorded it in the living room of my wife's house at the time.
Not doing like you should. You'd leave me if you could.
Bobby Womack came to town, to Colorado, and I opened up the show for him. And then I heard those little boy applause again, and I was reignited to do a project number 2.
I saw this cover, you know, the blue cover, and I remember just hearing the first 2 seconds of it and just instantly being like, what is this? And it's Steve Elliott's completion of A Miracle.
Moment you touched my life, not so much with words, yet things were said.
I took the tapes, sent them to Dallas, Texas. 3 weeks later, I drove to the record producer and picked up my boxes of albums, drove back to Colorado, and I would walk those records to the record stores. I was so excited to know that I have a real live album out. I sold about 35 records of each release and kept the other 15. Those are the ones now that went from $5.95 to whatever they are now. My wife and I were seated at our dinner table when my phone rang, and when I answered it, I saw the number was weird. I said, I don't know this number, but I hit the speaker button, and a man with an accent says,
I'm Jeremy Morris from Wellington, New Zealand.
He told me, he said, well, my name is Jeremy and I have a record production company in New Zealand, and I would like to re-release True Image and Completion of a Miracle. I was shocked. I said, what do you mean release? Well, he said, are you aware that your record sells for $600 in New Zealand?
Over 500 USD last time I checked.
I was floored. My wife sitting there listening to me, we couldn't believe it. And the rest is history. These 2 records, now, I just took them out of storage 2 years ago. There were times when I went to a pawn shop and had to put things in pawn just to be able to eat, to be able to pay the rent. Little did I know that the answer to my prayer was getting dust on it. You know, it's possible that you could have the answer to your prayer and never know it until a certain time, until your time comes along. That's exciting too. We just so appreciate Team Bubbly for doing that production. So let's keep the ball rolling. I'd really appreciate your comments. If you could let me know, I'll give you some information on how to contact me towards the end of the program. You can get me in my website at stephenesloan.com, or StephenSloan09 is my Gmail address, StephenSloan09. And I'd just like to get some of your comments for future productions. Well, right now, let's get some music going on. The band is ready. Let's go ahead, guys. Take it away. Steve, you know, I love this song. This song reminds me of like the 1960s. Why don't you tell our friends what inspired us to write this song, man? I think it'd be very interesting. What do you think, man? Yeah, that's cool. That'd be cool, man. Let's do that. Sounds good to me. What? You want me to explain yourself? I rest my case. All right. Okay. So So I'll tell you, it's hard working with yourself sometimes. So in the 1970s or early 80s, as I was working in Denver, Colorado as a firefighter, I also worked part-time as a security guard. Well, we had our first baby. So I would come home at night after a graveyard shift, say around 5, 6 in the morning, wanting to play with the baby. I'd intentionally wake her up, or she'd start crying. And I'd watch her cry herself to sleep. And as those little tears fell from her eyes, I remember writing this song, the theme of this song called Crying. Okay, guys, are you happy now?
Yeah.
What do you say? Okay, play the song.
I saw you crying. You looked so sad. I saw you crying. It made me mad. If you need somebody to hold you close, I'll be that somebody. I love you the most. You say he loves you. Where is he now? You're not fooling nobody else. No way, no how. If you need somebody to hold you close, I'll be that somebody. I love you the most. Stop crying, stop crying. I saw you crying. It made me mad. If you need somebody to hold you close, I'll be that somebody. I love you the most. Stop crying, stop crying. Stop crying, stop crying now. Stop crying, stop crying now.
So now you know the whole story. You know the whole story behind the song Crying. Hey, I want to send a shout out to some friends of mine in Denver, Colorado, who helped me out on the projects for both albums, True Image and Completion of a Miracle. Mr. James Fisher did some lead guitar work for me. Brian Gordon, excellent job on bass. And let's see, who else? Well, Vincent Powell. How could I forget that? Vincent Powell, excellent flautist, played flute on especially the song that you're going to hear. We decided to do at the end of this concert, Completion of a Miracle. So I just wanted you guys to know that I so appreciate all that you've done for me, and you helped to make these projects a great success. Okay, so moving right along, my wife, Cynthia, has convinced me that I have the capabilities to sing songs from back in the day. I mean, way back in the day, like the 1930s or so. And she suggested that maybe I try my hand at Mr. Billy Eckstine. So Mr. Eckstine has exquisite music, and I just want to show my appreciation for the music that he's given to us. So please, I humbly present to you the song I Apologize by Mr. Billy Eckstine.
If I told a lie, if I made you cry, when I said goodbye, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize. If I caused you pain, I know I'm to blame. Must have been insane, believe me. From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize. I realize I've been unfair to you. Please let me make amends. Don't say that the love we had is through. After all, we were more than friends. If I made you blue, I've had heartaches too. Now I beg of you, believe me.
From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize. Give me back your glance. Give me one more chance. Give me back romance. I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize.
Mr. Billy Eckstine. His music lives on forever. Streaming for a motion picture is a very extravagant suggestion. This next song was suggested to be streamed, but never quite made it. I'm sure you'll enjoy. From the album True Image, here's One More Time.
Well, I see it in your eyes, your love you can't disguise. It fills my heart with sorrow. You're not doing like you should. You'd leave me if you could, but please stay till tomorrow. 'Cause you got me wanting you, and you know it's true when I say to you, let's make love one more time. It's my love I can't control, and heaven only knows. Emotions getting stronger. You don't seem to realize the way you hypnotize. I'll do whatever you want me to, 'cause you got me wanting you, and you know it's true when I say to you, let's make love one more time. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy, you'll see, we'll be together all night, make everything alright. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy, you'll see, we'll be together all night, make everything. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy. I got the love together all night, make everything. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy. I got the love together all night, make everything. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy. You'll see, we'll be together all night, make everything. I got the loving you need, I'll make you happy. I got the love
True Image, one more time. Another one of my favorites. I'm going to flip the script on you just a little bit here. I'm going to flip over to my Christian category. I got some Christian country music that I was inspired to produce. So I'd like to do one for you. This is called Bible Baby Blues. And, it's an inspiration to be able to... I've changed styles, but I still feel that there's an advantage for me to use the gifts that God has given me to perform. So what you're about to hear, Bible Baby Blues, has some interesting concepts in it. I left a space for you to be able to play a solo in. So when you hear this song, you'll feel it. If you're a musician, you'll feel it. You can play pianos, saxophone, maybe even sing, as I give you a little bit of break to be able to play a few measures along with me. Enjoy Bible Baby Blues.
My baby gave me a present. She said, open it right away. I told her how sweet it is, and it ain't even my birthday. I said you should never have ever spent on a brand new leather-bound King James Version, red letter edition, large print. She said, there's something I want you to see, and it concerns you and me. How a man should treat his woman and his responsibility. My Bible fell right to the page that tells a woman to submit. My baby snatched the Bible out my hand and said, that ain't it. She started thumbing through the pages, through the book of Genesis. She said, it's getting too outrageous. I gotta show you evidence. The way you treat me is appalling, and I'll tell you what to do. We're gonna sit and read this Bible till we find a page for you. I'm just trying to give you a clue why I got the Bible Baby Blues. Here's what she said. In the Songs of Solomon, I want you to see where the woman was treated like a queen. But in the book of Judges, the man was in bed. The woman took a spike and stabbed the brother in the head. And if you don't treat me right, oh baby, I'm gonna book on you. No, baby, please, baby, don't do that. I got a deal you can't refuse. You best remove my Bible Baby Blues.
life is over, I'm gonna read every page like a dog whose name is Rover, just released from his cage. I'm gonna read the songs of Solomon for her to see how I take my baby's blues away and bring her home to me. That's just what I propose to do, to take away my Bible baby blues, just to nullify my own abuse. Doesn't matter chapter, verse I use. Lord, Lord, if it's the last thing that I do, I wanna take away my baby B-I-B-L-E blues. Somebody help me find my glasses.
This next song tells us to study to show ourselves approved, so that we don't wrongly accept what other people say or do. What we do, how we live our lives, is according to the Word of God. God wants us to get into the habit of reading His Word each and every day. Check this out.
How can you know what is true when you don't read the word I've given you? I want you to know I love you so. I need your faith at hand to pursue new beginnings. You say that you love me too. How can you take the stage when you rarely even turn a page? Tell me what's wrong, I'll make it alright, considering my own sacrifice. I sent my son to show you the meaning of all I'm conceiving, to prove my love for you. But until then, I will be waiting, anticipating your love, watching you grow from above, holding you close in my arms to bring love about, consoling your dreams in the night. Forever and ever I'll be your calm in stormy seas. Just put your trust in me. Is that hard for you to understand? If you only will try making me what you talk about when sharing your mind, I'll set free. your bondage and all of your strife. Just choose to live your life in daily sacrifice. My worship is the key. So give some time to me.
My final compilation talks about the title track to the completion of a Miracle LP. So please enjoy. It's a sensitive song and probably, I'd have to say, the most meaningful. Enjoy.
Soft is all I say to express the way you are, completion of a miracle, a masterpiece, the creation of love. As thoughts run through my mind, all the things in store for us, my completion of a miracle, a masterpiece, the creation of love. Am I the one to be holding you forever and ever? Am I the one to be showing you what love can do forever and a day? Moonshine his story, and the stars came out to see the completion of a miracle, a masterpiece, the creation of love. Soft is all I say to express the way you are, completion of a miracle, a masterpiece of love.
I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been an honor and a privilege to be able to share my music with you face to face. I want to thank those of you who ordered products from around the world. Actually, you've inspired me to want to move forward with this concert and give you more than what you may have expected. I want to thank my wife for spending those lonely nights alone while I had to be in the studio. And thank you, my friends, for you, the listening audience, are the reason that we exist, that we are some sort of success at all. So thank you all. You have a wonderful night. And until next time, this is Steve Elliott saying, ciao, baby.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Steve Elliott's Unearthing a Miracle as much as we have enjoyed presenting it to you. We appreciate your undivided attention and support during these trying times and pray for the comfort and well-being of you and your prospective families. We are honored to have had the opportunity to come into your lives and become one with you and family. Until next time, this is Steve Elliott of Fountain of Life Productions saying, ciao, baby.